Welcome to The Anomaly, the contradistinct, uncensored, unmonetizable, and deemed unwatchable by the mainstream masses. We are the ones they cannot control and attempt to hold back, but together we form revolution. The Ramborgia. Welcome to John Rambo Presents the show, Stay Ballsy. Don't take any shit from anyone.
You've watched the show. You've listened to the show. But now, here comes your chance to finally smell the show. Oh, you will. You will. It's also your opportunity to potentially taste the show. Not sure how that would go down, but certainly a possibility. That's right. Come be a part of the show's live studio audience this Sunday, June 14th at Eternal Con 2015. It happens at the Cradle of Aviation Museum in Garden City, New York, Long Island, at 3 p.m. Meet the ejaculatory OJ. Will you be there, OJ?
Yes.
Meet the bearable, not unbearable, bearable, the bearable Howard. Will you be there, Howard?
I like your pun there, sir, and I will be there.
Whoa. You guys are excited about this turn of events here.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm a little weirded out, John.
What's the problem?
I don't know, that intro of yours, I'm expecting when I arrive to this convention for people to go ahead and start smelling me, licking me, you know.
It's perfectly fine.
Things of that
That's what they
nature.
did last time.
I'm a little weirded out by that.
Then.
Isn't that what everyone does? All these celebrities at these conventions, can't you taste them and smell them? Isn't that the purpose?
I mean, why else would you pay $200 for someone's autograph if you're not going to lick their ear?
People like the original Power Rangers will be there. Can you taste them? Probably not. That's why we have a leg up on them. See what I'm doing here, Howard?
Whatever happened to the old handshake?
Not
Hi,
enough.
how are you? Nice to meet you. So I should be expecting somebody to come up from behind me and lick my neck or something?
At best.
Drop down from the rafters, start licking your ankles. You better wear some full clothing, sleeves and handshaking. What is this, the 1930s? 2015. Come on now.
Get with the times, bro.
Yeah,
Oops.
man.
Sorry.
So I've been preparing for this, and we're going to hit it hard, gentlemen. Hit it hard. I got the guitar restrung. Did it last night. It's ready. We're going to have some live music at the event. We're going to have a bunch of little segments that we planned out. Howard will be handling the production side of things, right?
Yeah, I feel important now. I'm a producer.
Helpful Howie.
Helpful Howie.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
As I was thinking about it, I'm like, man, we got to get all the stuff together for it. We got to make sure we got all, the actual show portion of it ready. And then we got to worry about the technical side. Who's the man to call on this one? The beloved Howard. He's going to take care of that, man. Boom.
It's all right. You can refer to me as Help Me Howie.
Help me, Howie. Yeah, get this panel to start.
So if you're at the convention, you need some help. Maybe you got a flat tire. Maybe your girlfriend broke up with you at the convention in a terrible turn of events. You come see Howard. He will help you in these situations. Right?
Yeah. Right.
I believe Hole Punch may make an appearance at this. Do you have any information on this, John?
Who punch?
Okay, John doesn't know. Howard, have you seen the list of celebrities that will be at this event?
No, I haven't. But if you're telling me that the Power Rangers are supposed to be there, I'm excited to see the Red Ranger, the epic porn star.
Are you more of a fan of his porn work or his Power Ranger gimmick?
A little of both.
So you're a real fan then?
Oh, I loved it. I was upset because my family couldn't afford a Megazord, so I had to borrow Megazords from kids at school. So,
when you say borrows, I mean you took them and they never knew who actually got them.
No, they eventually returned their owner.
Oh, that was nice of you.
It was nice too because I had a friend of mine that had the dragon Megazord, the green one.
Yeah,
and it was cool transforming him into the Megazord.
Those toys were nearly impossible to find at the time, I remember.
Hey, did you know not Toys R Us, was it Toys R Us? Yeah, Toys R Us in Manhattan had a a re-release of the old Megazord. He was sold out though. Yeah. This was, I think this was like 6 months ago, because when I got in there, do you remember the white brontosaurus?
I can't say I do.
There was a brontosaurus.
Not the white one. I do remember the beige.
there was a white brontosaurus, and I forgot from which series it was.
Brontosaurus, was this like Power Rangers Jurassic Park or something?
Yeah, probably.
Dino Thunder, was that it maybe?
No, it wasn't Dino Thunder. It was around the time of the early 90s.
Dino Saucers? Something like that?
Oh, don't laugh, man. I was watching that the other day.
What? Why?
Yes, I was.
All right, it's like a crazy. So I don't know if any Dino Saucers people will be at this convention, but we have not just the Power Rangers, sir, the original Power Rangers. Very exciting. Mr. Eric Roberts, great actor, best of the best. Classic film. John Romita Jr.,
Oh, yeah.
great comic artist. Bob Camp, creator of Ren and Stimpy, John.
What?
Bob
he's gonna
Camp.
be
I
there.
thought that was it really Bob Camp?
Yes, Bob Camp did it. Who did you think it was? Maybe.
There was some dude
Who
whose
did you believe
nickname
it was? Bill
name was
Clinton?
initials. No.
So I get to shake that guy's hand, huh?
You could.
Oh man,
You could lick him, as we talked about earlier in the program.
I had a plush Stimpy actually when I was a kid.
Oh, that's classic.
Oh god, the one you would squeeze it. I think you would squeeze him and he would fart. It's great.
There's a farting one. There's one with Ren with the eyes bulge out.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
John, what's going on here?
John K. That was the other Ren and Stimpy guy.
OJ's trying to deny Bob Camp's involvement with Ren Stimpy for some reason. Marky Ramone of the Ramones.
Ooh.
And then we have a bunch of classic wrestlers here. Mick Foley. Jake the Snake Roberts.
What?
And of course, the greatest of all, China. China will be there. Do you think China will come?
Seriously?
Do you think China will come to the panel if we ask her to come to the panel? What would you ask China, John?
If I had one question,
One question only for China.
how does one
God.
become the 10th wonder of the world?
Whoa, that's a good question. We'll have to ask her that.
You think it was going to be something dirty?
I was hoping, but that is kind of dirty in some ways.
I was hoping too.
What you said was kind of dirty though, because it's wonder. I don't know.
No, you're not going to. Nope.
So yeah, it looks like a good time, man. Maybe we'll have some encounters with these folks. You know, if you guys are in the New York area, if you can make it down, please come and say hello. Love to see you. You know, I haven't actually heard from anyone that said they're coming,
Oh,
which is a little alarming. I had a few people say like, "Hey, I wish you guys would come to Australia, or I wish you would come to Finland." We also wish we could go to those places and do this. That'd be awesome.
that would be
Quite
pretty
frankly,
great.
it's not really in the cards right now. But yeah, it's a little. I don't know if anyone's gonna come, but it's all right because we have to do a show next week anyway. So I'll just do it in the room alone. All right,
Aw.
it's got to
Nice.
be. We have to do a show every week, so that'll be our show. And a couple of people asked like, are we going to film it and all that stuff? Obviously, yes. We're gonna have. What's the setup going to be, Howard? We're trying for multiple cameras here.
Yes, we're gonna try for multiple cameras. We're gonna use your new camcorder. Am I correct?
Yes, that's right. That'll be the hard cam, the main cam. Then we'll have a couple offshoots.
Yep, a couple of offshoots, a couple of handhelds. But again, that's only if I can grow another 4 arms. I can do that.
Howard's gonna be all over the place,
Ooh,
crawling on people's
yeah.
backs, going underneath the seat. I want you to go like under the seats. So like someone's watching, and all of a sudden underneath your head pops out with a camera going up at them.
Why does it feel like somebody's watching me?
Howard is watching you.
Wow.
Well, it should be good, man. We're approaching it like as if majority of the people there won't know who we are, because that's probably going to be factual. So if you guys have been watching this for a long time, you know all about our stuff. You watch this back next week, you might be like, why are they explaining what Schnozman Hole Punch is? Why are they explaining why OJ is the way he is?
Hey,
Well, you're a great man. Why are you a great guy? That's what I meant.
I believe you.
So there might be some of that kind of like just kind of, you know what I'm saying, John? Here, can you explain this better than me?
Some explanation, a little bit of background,
Some things that you guys
preparation
know.
so people.
Already,
Yeah.
but other people might not. I don't know. We're going to try our best, man. We're going to hit it hard. It's a good opportunity to do something a little different. We're going to try our best. That's what we always do.
Don't let the secrets out, though, John.
The secrets?
Yeah. There's a lot of secrets.
That's going to be in the secret panel later that evening.
Okay.
The secret location.
You'll never know.
You'll never know. There's no secrets. Not anything you really want to know, anyway.
If it's a secret for a reason, and you're better off having no idea what the heck is going on.
So there you go. Welcome to the show. My name is John. I'm joined by young OJ, the great Howard.
Hello.
Howie, it's been a long time, man. You've been on this program since the fall. What's been going on in Howard World?
Actually, it's been since, I think the last time I was on was for the Christmas. Was it the fall? Yes, it was.
I think it was like September-ish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was when John was on sabbatical.
Yeah. Oh. Don't worry. I'm the permanent fill-in. No, everything's been good. Just been busy. April, I was in Japan.
Yeah, we want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Yep. Had a great time. But aside from that, just been hanging out.
Things are good. You still have all your limbs?
Yes, I still have all my limbs.
That's always a plus.
Yeah.
So, some question if today's show was going to happen or not. Might have been a good thing if it didn't. I'm not sure yet how this is going. But I just kept having the old blue screen today, Howard, over and over again, man. There's a lot of weird computer issues. And I don't really know why it happens. It's like it goes down, then I eventually just take everything apart, put it all back together, and it seems like things are good.
Is that what you did?
That's what I tend to do when this happens.
Do you trust yourself with a screwdriver?
Yeah, what? Want to poke myself in the nipple or something? What do you mean? I'm not a 5-year-old here.
I don't know. A screwdriver can be a sharp object in the hands of some.
Does this happen to the blue screen?
Yes, not as often anymore because I have transitioned, sir.
Yeah, you told me this. Howard has transitioned.
I have transitioned.
How is it going?
Traitor.
No more BSODs for me, sir.
What are you doing now? What's going on?
All I use now is I have been fully I'm fully invested in the Apple ecosystem.
Wow, John, you don't like this? What's the matter?
I've turned to the dark side.
I just really don't like this.
So you've gone to Apple now. It's going well.
Yeah. There's a lot of it's a bit of a learning curve when you're so used to using Windows PCs for many years. Yeah, having 2 mouse buttons and things like shortcuts are strange. My Jasmine was using a computer and she's hitting Control-C and she's like, "Why is this damn thing doesn't copy?" it's actually Command-C. So it's these nuances that you have to get used to. And but aside from that, it's pretty intuitive. It does what it has to do, and that's it. You know, I'm done with this modding thing and trying to make things a little bit more efficient. I just want things to be working. You want
to get it works.
Yeah, works right out the box.
So this leads me to what I really wanted to ask you about.
What's that?
Since you're on the Apple team here, are you getting the Apple Watch?
Sir, I already have the Apple Watch.
Howard has the Apple Watch, John.
What?
Yep, I have the Apple Watch.
What is it all about? What does it do?
It's pretty intuitive where notifications pop up and they're not annoying. So just as an example, you were to go like today, you texted me.
Yeah.
It actually vibrates, but it's not that.
So it's connected to your iPhone.
Yeah, it's connected to my iPhone via Bluetooth. If you're on Wi-Fi, it connects to the iPhone or your Mac or whatever via Wi-Fi.
So you got the watch on, you got the phone in like a holder or something on your belt.
Yep.
You're like there's more machine than man at this point, John.
You're like a 1920s spy, dude.
I'll be completely honest with you. I feel like it has helped my it makes the experience a lot better.
Of using a phone?
Just in the sense that you're not picking up your phone and using it. So, for example, a notification comes in. We all have a tendency to pick up the phone turn it on or look at it, and then you're in a conversation, and it's pretty rude to pick up your phone while somebody's talking to you.
Right.
And the situation with the watch, you get that slight vibration. You look at your wrist. Oh, John texted me.
It's a lead. Don't call back.
Yeah,
So
or
it's that much easier for you to ignore the people you're talking, to ignore the people you're talking with, or the people who are calling you, because you can just kind of look at them and go, meh. And
yeah, because we all face this on a daily basis, and culture has changed us. Everyone picks up their phone. Wherever you go, you're always having somebody, looking into a screen. It's terrible. We have no social skills whatsoever.
Right.
So the watch does help with that a lot. And like I said, the vibration isn't annoying. It actually feels like somebody's touching you, like tapping you.
Weird.
So yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Plus, I can ping my iPhone if I don't know where my phone is.
You could find the phone from the watch.
From the watch, you just hit ping phone and you'll start hearing it.
I'd like to check this out. You're going to be bringing it to Eternal Con.
Yes, I will.
June 14th at 3 p.m.
Yep.
To check that out, man.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should just have everybody test your watch. We should just give your watch to somebody. Can it be me?
Oh yeah, so I can see it disappear, right?
I want to wait. I'm not going to get one until they get to the point where it's like Get Smart, where the watch can shoot out oil slick or tase someone.
And since it's a phone, that means it has to be your shoe.
That's like Generation 10. It's coming though. The watch is a weapon.
It's funny because you actually feel like the Dick Tracy.
That's exactly what I was thinking about before. Yeah,
talking into your phone, and it's like I said, it's with things like Siri, texting. It's actually easy, and it's it's actually a little bit better now. All you got he, whoever it is that you decide to make Siri, and talking.
Could be a man. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Siri can be a man.
What's the name? It's still Siri.
Siri, yeah.
Siri's an intergender name.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Now.
Great. What does the man sound like, John? Can you do an impression?
I have no idea.
No? All right.
I have no idea.
All right, don't worry about it. Howard, you went to Japan, sir, in April, your second trip.
Yep.
To the island nation. What went down this time? What'd you do differently?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to experience Japan for what it is and not just that gaming subculture or anime subculture that we're so used to.
You don't go to Japan for 2.5 weeks like me and go to the arcade for 8 to 10 hours a day like I did?
Oh, God.
Come on now.
I got to give you kudos points for that. I don't know how you survived.
I don't know how I survive any day that goes on. So what'd you do? So you're experiencing more outdoors culture things?
Yeah, we got to experience a lot more of Japan than what we're used to. We actually were able. If you saw some of my Facebook posts, I posted some things on Twitter, but we actually got to see the Gundam in Odaiba.
Oh, nice!
John, have you seen this before?
Yeah, it's insane.
What is it about? Tell me.
It's a life-size replica of Mobile Suit Gundam. Like it's the RX-78, right?
Yeah, the original RX-78. Yeah.
It stands up tall, and if you go there at the right times of day, they do a light show.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 1:1 scale of the actual Gundam, and depending on the day too, you can actually walk under his legs.
Yeah,
they close it off. You can't.
So that's
for obvious
like a
reasons.
big deal.
No one can withstand that sort of junk.
Yeah, it's a lot of junk in
So
the
this
trunk.
is like a big deal. Like, whoa, I get to go between his legs.
Yeah. Hey, some people go nuts over that.
You take the pictures underneath them?
Yeah, nuts.
No, I couldn't go underneath it because it was a really crummy day. That's the only other complaint I had about the trip was out of the 2 weeks there was only 3 nice days. Every other day was either very gloomy or rainy.
Is that just the time of year or just bad luck?
I believe it's that. I believe it was bad luck. They said it's never raining like that in Japan.
Huh.
It was just an anomaly.
Sun went down. That's all right. Made the most of it.
Yeah, and it's nice too because I this time around I purchased one of those unlimited JR passes. So yeah, it was if you're gonna go to Japan and you're gonna go from one city to the next, it's recommended to get that, even though it's pricey. It was about $380 per person, but you can get on any JR rail train, whether it's subway, bus. Anything. There's another line in Tokyo called Metro that you have to pay out of pocket, but I try to avoid using Metro as much as possible, and you can do it to an extent,
The subway system there is awesome too. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You can actually understand it. Probably within 10 minutes, you can, okay, this is where I have to go.
Oh, yeah. And Subway, I believe they're far ahead of us in terms of etiquette as well. We have no Subway etiquette. It's funny. It's funny because last Saturday I went to the city. We went to go eat at Carmine's.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
On the Upper East Side. It was near Columbia University.
John, you been to Carmine's?
I think
Carmine's is awesome.
You don't invite me to Carmine's? What's going on here? All right. So what happened in the Subway?
So we get up there and we're actually getting in the train, and now the train is they've been plastering notices all over the train on Subway etiquette. There was one I
it's like ridiculous stuff.
Oh,
do not urinate. Do not.
There was some funny ones, man. There was one that was 1 second. Let me just look for it.
You took a picture of it?
I took several pictures because they were freaking hilarious.
Just like basic human things.
Here you go. Here you go. Polls are for your safety, not your latest routine.
Oh, are people doing that now?
Yep. Here's another one. Dude, stop the spread. Dude, stop the spread, please. It's a space issue. People spreading their legs when they sit.
The man spread?
Yep.
Okay.
Clipping, primping. Everybody wants to look their best, but it's a subway car, not a restroom. So people,
that's like, doesn't that have a picture of like what looks like a businessman with like somebody clipping their nails to one side and the other person just kind of like stretching out?
Yep.
I've seen people do that, the nail clipping.
Yeah, and then there was one that said, "Don't be a pole hog," where they're just leaning on the pole.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like they tried to have some fun with it.
Yeah, and
that's good.
And in Japan, you don't see that. People are very, respectful of the train.
Super quiet in there. They don't want to.
Super quiet.
Yeah, you're not even supposed to speak loudly.
No, and there's actually parts of the car that you can't even use your phone. I don't even think to look at, to read things.
Huh? Wow.
You can't even use your phone at all.
Plus, it feels almost like a ride at Disneyland or something. Like it's very pleasant. It's like smooth. Over here, what's going on? There's screeching. There's sparks flying. It sounds like you might die.
And then
it sounds like one train is becoming unattached from the other car.
Well, if you're not paying attention to your phone, you might hear it.
And then you look outside where the tracks are, and you see a rat the size of a cat.
It's actually like the bowels of hell if you think about it. Like right now, like today's a hot day. It's probably so hot.
Oh yeah, dude, it is super melty.
There's probably maniacs in there. The car itself sounds like it's coming unhinged from the tracks. You can't even hear what the guy's saying where you are. You don't know where you are. There's lunatics around you. It smells. It's hot, and it's loud and scary.
Oh, dude! Well, they've taken surveys like on some of the lines, and one of the lines that I was taking a couple years ago. Apparently, 80% of the time you can't hear what the announcements are.
Oh, no way.
80%.
Imagine you come from another country or something.
No, but when you think about it too, like the subway, the train that we took up to Carmine's, the train looked like it was from the 60s. I'm not even lying.
It probably was.
Then you're so used to like getting on the 6 or any of the green lines going downtown, and they, the trains are newer, and they actually have the LED signs and where each of the stops are.
Yeah.
This car was so old, didn't have that. And when the conductor announces when the next stop is, it's a muffled mess.
Yeah, you can't hear anything.
You can't understand them, and then you have to constantly look outside. Thank God that they put those.
You got to look out the window.
On the subway tiles to know what stop it is, or if you're looking at the map. But that's what I mean in Japan. Being that it's an Asian country, it's very foreign friendly. You get on a train, it says it in is it like 2 or 3 different languages? It's English, Japanese, and I think like French or something.
Uh-huh.
And then the thing is displayed in there's actually an actual screen that displays the next stops and everything else, and it cycles in different languages. It's
like you're actually getting something for the amount of money you paid them to get you where you're supposed to be going.
Oh yeah.
Like if you pay, you buy a $380 train pass for Tokyo, you get a wonderful experience. You get to go everywhere. You buy a train pass for New York, you basically bought a ticket to armpit land.
I got on the wrong train, Japan. I was trying to get back home. I was going to the airport. Got on the wrong train. It stopped at a stop. A cop came into the train, looked at me with my bags, and then he was like, told me to get out. And he's like, wrong. He's like, where are you going? At the airport. He's like, wrong train, whatever. And then I You told me where to go, which was very nice. That ain't going down over here.
No.
The only people coming into the train to talk to you over here, maybe a couple gentlemen that want to remove you from your wallet, possibly your sneakers and your Apple phone as well.
And your watch.
You're lucky if that's not the police doing it to you.
Whoa.
Wow, things just got real over here.
Well, that was a show a couple weeks ago where I got a ticket for the air freshener that I had in my car.
Oh, obstructed view or some
obstructed view.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. But yeah, Japan is like it's an experience. Everyone should go. Yeah, everyone should go to Japan.
People are like, how could you go to Tokyo and could you understand things? And it's like, yeah, it was great. It's actually quite friendly to English
very
people.
Foreign friendly.
Yeah. One of the things that really surprised me is like the size of the train stations. Like Tokyo Station is the biggest train station I've ever been to. Biggest.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever went through the whole station. I managed to. It took me until the last day we were there to go through the whole train station. There was parts of the train station that I never went to.
It's like a giant. Most of the some of the train stations are gigantic malls.
Yeah,
everything's pretty much a mall, though.
Yeah, I think it's that has that character street where there's like a Shonen Jump store, Tomika's store. There's a whole bunch of stores. There's like a ramen street they call it inside of the train station, and I don't know. It's just a completely different.
Experience. The escalators, man, where people that want to stand, they all go to the right side.
Yeah, escalator etiquette.
So you leave a lane open if someone wants to walk, and that's way different.
Passing on your left.
Yeah, but they don't. No one tells. I don't think that's even like a rule, right? There's just something they do. It's just polite.
It's an unwritten rule.
It's an unwritten rule. Like I'll just go. It makes sense. But over here, I don't abide by that.
No,
there's people sitting on the seats, on the stairs,
licking them.
People laying down,
and it's a different world. It's so clean. You're so used to going to like large cities in the U.S. and they're so dirty. People throwing garbage on the floor. People not caring.
Yeah.
The only place that I went to that was really sketchy was Kabukicho in Shibuya. Yeah.
What's up with that? Well, I was just
is it Shibuya? Yeah. No, was it Shibuya?
I think Kabukicho?
Yeah.
I'm so bad at remembering these things. I thought so, but I could be entirely wrong.
What was going on there, Howard? What happened?
They used to be years ago. They used to be prostitute area, a huge prostitution in Kabukicho. So like you go through there, and there's a lot of gentlemen's bars and some weird shit going on.
Prostitutes?
Yeah, that's like what happened when we went to Shinjuku.
What happened, John? You were approached?
It's the red light district. They kept asking us if we wanted to go to strip clubs or.
That's what it was. It wasn't Shibuya. It was Shinjuku. Yeah.
You didn't have your $2 bills with you, so you didn't go.
That's Kabukicho's in Shinjuku. Yeah.
Your $2 yen, your 200 yen. What would be the equivalent?
About 200.
But that wouldn't be as funny though.
No, and yeah. Not at all.
So what was going on, man? Howard, you saw some of this happen? So this going down?
Yeah, you're walking down the street and you're seeing
people having sex in the
No,
alley?
you're not seeing. It's not to that extent, but there was like some of the alleys. There was an alley we went down. I saw an arcade, and then all of a sudden I look, and then there's like this gentleman's club that has like some weird fetish with robots. And it's
that's the robot restaurant.
Yes, the robots with women and naked women.
Nice.
And
they're not naked.
Whatever.
John had John had all of his meals there. That's what he's getting all defensive now.
It's weird.
I went to the show.
You went to the show.
Yeah.
You told me about this, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they have this crazy, like, weird pseudo Japanese culture, somewhat scantily clad women, live action Power Rangers robot boxing show.
That's what our panel's going to be on Sunday.
Oh god.
Well, that sounds a little scary.
Yeah, and then I actually walked. I didn't get a chance. So I walked by the Capcom bar.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't have a chance to go in.
I didn't have a chance to go in.
What are the prostitutes there dressed as?
What is it? Monster Hunter?
There's Monster Hunter prostitutes.
Yeah,
wow.
No Street Fighter. It was majority. It was Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger there.
Sexier, the monsters.
Yeah. And it was cool too because when we got out to train in Shinjuku, they did that. There was the day that we went to Shinjuku was the premiere for the new Godzilla movie.
Oh, really?
What is this one called?
I don't even know what it's called. I know we were walking through and they did like a whole red carpet event, and right in front of that. I don't know if you guys heard about that Godzilla hotel.
No.
No.
You sent me a picture of that.
Yeah, in Shinjuku, there's actually a hotel it's a Godzilla themed hotel. So Godzilla's head sits on top of a building. So when you wake up, you open the blinds and you see Godzilla right there. It's wild, man.
That's cool.
It's wild. That. It's a big Godzilla too. And then when you go inside, like I just read the other day that the mayor finally, or was it the mayor or the prime minister, threatened
to kill Godzilla. I will finally destroy him.
No, they gave him his citizenship, his Japanese citizenship.
Well, he deserves it.
What?
Yeah, the guy, the freaking monster that destroyed Japan. How many times is a citizen of?
Well, he's an actor. That's just his role in the films. He doesn't really.
Oh God!
He didn't actually destroy Tokyo. He just pretended to destroy.
So could you go get a robotic prostitute, bring her back to your Godzilla hotel room, spend the night with her there, or him?
But now if the building is Godzilla, it'd be a little bit weird because you're having sex with a robot inside of Godzilla. We're weirded out by that.
All right, I'm going to write this down. This sounds like a great vacation.
So does that mean I'm having sex with Godzilla as well?
You're inside of him, yes. We can't explore this any further.
Okay. Would you rather be inside Godzilla or have Godzilla inside you?
Oh, good God.
He's a pretty large dinosaur.
Sounds like he's a pretty large dinosaur. I've seen a lot of dinosaurs. He's one of the larger ones. Speaking of dinosaurs, man, let's talk about some movies. Since you got that awesome segue right there, I'm just going to jump on and take it.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic World is coming out on Friday. And I did not read any reviews. I looked at some scores. Pretty good.
What?
Yeah, good scores on this. I'm excited too.
I'm surprised. I have to admit, I'm surprised. I did not have high hopes.
Why?
Because it's a sequel to greatness, and it never holds up to the original.
Sometimes it does.
Chris Pratt's amazing, but I wasn't sure if he could carry it.
Oh, he could carry it. Seems like he could carry it. Carrying those dino eggs. He's carrying
a dino package.
The whole package, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe you're right, John. Maybe it's not anything. I don't know, but I'm interested to check it out. Looks like a good time. I remember seeing the original one. Did you see it in the theaters, you guys? Since you're all old like me, and we can have these conversations.
I don't remember seeing it in theaters, but I know I saw it a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, John, did you see it in the theater when it came out? No,
I don't think so. My cousin saw it in the theater, and then my parent. Well, wait,
it was too frightening for young.
Wait, hold on. No, my cousin didn't see it. Okay, Jurassic Park came out around when
94.
When did Austin Powers come out?
Years later.
Was that the second Jurassic Park movie?
Yeah, it was years later.
Okay, because then I think I saw it in the theater, but I can't remember. I remember seeing the second one in the theater. Okay,
yeah, maybe you're a little young there. But I remember going to see it. It was a huge deal, man. Theaters were packed back in those times, man. I don't know what it was. Maybe they just didn't have the theaters with like the 20 showings like they do now, or the multiple theaters inside the one theater. But I remember going to see certain movies with people just like sitting in the aisles, standing all over the place. Before there were fire codes, man. I remember Home Alone. Home Alone was like that.
If I'm not mistaken, I saw a documentary about CGI, like early 90s CGI, and I think some of the people that were directly involved with Pixar were responsible for the animation in Jurassic Park.
I believe it.
Really?
Because, there was a whole big thing about that because Steven Spielberg was, at that time huge on using animatronics and all that other nonsense.
Yeah.
And then they transitioned. They actually showed like a demo of what they can do with CGI, and people were blown away.
Yeah, that was a game changer, that one.
Yeah, the movie actually pioneered CGI in movies.
Oh, absolutely. We never saw that before.
Still, never diss the animatronics, though. Those guys have heart.
No, you can't diss them. Yeah.
But I'd say Jurassic Park, and then later on would be The Matrix, which was another one. Was like, whoa, what is this? Right.
And the crazy camera techniques they came out with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think this one looks like it's real action packed.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know.
And Chris Pratt, I'm curious because usually you see him in a bewildered, worried, kind of, I think I know what I'm doing, but I have no idea what I'm doing state. So I wonder how that's going to play out in a movie like this one.
So last week I spoke about Mad Max Fury Road and how I wasn't able to see it. I was very disappointed in this fact. But
Sad.
Alas, since last week's show, I have seen this film.
Hooray!
And it is wonderful.
Guess who else saw this film?
Did you see the film?
I saw the film.
Howard, have you seen this?
No, and I'm pissed because all I keep hearing is great things about.
You should watch.
I will watch.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people told me how great it was and everything, and usually when that happens, people tell you this is like the greatest thing ever, usually when you watch it, you're like, it's good, but it didn't live up to what everyone's telling me, right?
Some people are saying it's better than the first one.
But in fact, it lived up to the hype that people gave me, and I'd say surpassed it. It's wonderful. This is why you go to the movies for stuff like this, just insanity. John, what did you think of it?
The movie was incredible. Just the way it started and the way it played through it. I almost felt like it was weird the way the characters interacted with each other and who they were and the whole reason why all this stuff happened and then where it went. But I don't even know how to describe.
Well, the storyline's very simple.
Spoiling it.
And that's what's great about it, really.
It's simple, but it's not.
All they essentially did was drive down a road and then turn around and go back down the road. That's the basic storyline. Some things about the movie. They originally planned it in 1998.
What?
Yeah, that's when they first started planning this out.
Are you serious?
And
Did they have the same script idea?
Yeah, I think they had the same thing, and basically the Iraq War pushed it way back. And they had all kinds of different production issues and all kinds of weird problems. And one of the best things about it is you think about the things that are in this movie, right? So these guys, whether it's George Miller, who's the director, or whoever, had to sit with people and describe these things so they could build them, right?
Yep.
And they described these things, which probably sounded just completely batshit crazy, right? Imagine someone telling you, like, describing these things to you, now you have to build this. And they actually did it.
I want a giant truck with a big skull on the front.
Yeah.
And, like, it's attached to a trailer. And
there's going to be men
I want some horns on the side and spikes like a porcupine.
And men on sticks that are, like, slingshotting between them.
Dude, those Lancers, that is a heck of a job, man.
But that's the beautiful thing about it, is just this maniac describing this to people in Hollywood, right? And then they're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. And they allowed this to go down, And that's what's so great about it. I don't want to get too deep because Howard hasn't seen yet.
Yeah.
But you gotta see this, man. This is how it's done. This is the best thing I've seen in years.
Good.
Now, being someone that being that you're the one that created Schnozman and Hole Punch, and seriously, and you really enjoy filming things and editing things, when you start watching these large production movies, doesn't it make you appreciate?
Oh yeah,
the film, how they actually film certain scenes and angles and things like that.
Yeah, it's beautiful, dude. I mean, every little piece comes together so nicely, and the amount of effort that goes into each little thing. I mean, it's certainly like just a huge achievement, and especially a movie like this where they didn't use a lot of CGI and a lot of it was actual stunts and done in the style of like the 80s, and it has that kind of feel to it, almost like movies that we would see in the 80s, this big epic type of things,
and also just the way the action goes through itself, it's ridiculous.
And it's like we said, it's simple. Like Max, I mean, just like in the other films, like he doesn't really say a lot. It's mostly looks and just little things. The story is very simple. It's pretty much, they're pretty much all the same. It's like he's just trying to survive. He meets some people that need some kind of help. He doesn't really want to help them. he tries to just leave them. Then eventually he decides to help. But in that simplicity, all the stuff around it, and it just makes this, it's just incredibly great. So really enjoyed that. I really recommend it.
I give it 3 potatoes out of a rutabaga.
Do ya?
Yep.
What the hell kind of measurement system is that?
So last week's program, Howard, we did a video. We were down by the lake near my house.
Okay.
Yep. And OJ revealed to the world his new haircut.
You cut your hair?
Not personally.
How short is your hair now? I'm gonna get a little weirded out when I see you again.
You're gonna have to look at look at the video. It's up on the channel from last week. You can check it out.
Or you could wait a couple days and see it in person.
It might grow out by then. It's gonna be fully long. But there was a great reaction.
Yeah, people were a little shocked.
Not only OJ's hair, but to the program in general. People seem to really like it. That's we thank you. It's very nice.
I think they were just glad to see us get outdoors. They weren't sure if we could actually leave our houses.
The whole thing was green screened. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry.
Someone actually thought it was.
Sorry to let you know.
Or they were either being ironic or thought it was green screen.
There was many comments and questions that came about OJ's new haircut. I have several of the comments here. I'll run them by John and see what he thinks. See what he has to say about this. Okay? Akuma wins 0404. Rest in peace, OJ's long hair. Any comment on that?
Where
did the hair go? Isn't it in the grave?
You know, my hair wasn't that long before I got it cut to this shortness. I would have believed it more people. I mean, it would have been like, well, did people talk about this when I cut it the first time, or have they not seen it? Have people not seen me since September?
Only in mugshots. Killer Omen. OJ's looking good. What do you what about that one? That's a nice one.
Thank you, Killer Omen. I'm flattered. I don't know what to say.
Skunk Boy 34. OJ looks like Frank West. LMAO.
I've covered wars, you know.
Howard, have you found the shots of OJ?
No, I'm gonna wait until the weekend.
You won't look until doesn't see it very. Perhaps Howard will have a comment about this himself.
No spoilers.
V Curse. OJ. What the ... Any comment on that one?
Worse things happen at sea, you know.
Jaden Dash. Man, I'm not used to OJ not having long hair. Too radical of a change. The scenery does look beautiful, though. So, this man obviously went through some pain here, trying to wrap his head around the hair change. But then he's like, well, the scenery is nice. So it kind of made things okay for him.
So the scenery kind of helped him recover from the shock of seeing my horrifying haircut.
Yeah, that's right. So at least we were able to bring him back. Because he would be lost in a mental abyss from which he would never return.
I'm a little weirded out by this. No,
so I guess you could call them hair follicles.
You should be.
I just finished. I just saw this. I'm a little weirded out, John.
You saw the hair?
Yeah.
What's your comment?
I don't know.
Howard's mind's blown. He's somewhere where Jaden Dash is in the abyss.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll come back to you.
Kind of
you really.
Yeah, you're looking like a little bit like Mel Gibson.
Wow,
that makes me mad.
Yeah.
Does it make you so
Mel
mad?
Gibson?
Racist mad?
People keep calling me like famous people. I'm supposed to be angry. I'm confused.
Who's calling? What? Did someone call you China? That's when you have to worry.
Said I look like Mel Gibson or something.
That's a compliment, I thought. No?
Yeah, it is. No,
right.
but I'm supposed to be upset at this?
Moons, bro. When did OJ become a lesbian? And then he also had another comment. OJ has gone to like 10 weddings during the years of the show.
But not my own.
It's true, though. You've gone to many weddings.
1, 2.
You've gone to like 30 weddings, I think, during the course.
4.
What is it?
5 at most, I think.
No, more than that. There was like we were filming stuff. There was an entire month. It was like, I can't film it all in March. I was like, why? I'm going to weddings. What is it about the wedding? What goes on at these weddings? Do you love the wedding?
Are
you in love with love?
I love love.
All right, good. Stephen Robb.
Wait, there's more?
No, this one is not related to the haircut, but it's a good comment.
Thank goodness.
He said, What about the lesbian comment?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I've always been a lesbian.
All right. Stephen Robb, I hope you asked Terrence P. Murphy if it was safe to record the show by the lake. Now, if you remember the show prior to this one, we had several rules that you must obey near the water, as provided by my senator, Terrence P. Murphy. So we did not contact him in regards to our appearance at the lake, but we did abide by his wonderful suggestions. And we were safe. We were perfectly safe.
Yeah, and we only drank some of the water.
I actually went back down there a couple days ago, and the chairs that we had were turned the opposite way, but they're still in the same spots, but just turned the opposite way.
That's creepy.
One of the chairs was flipped over, and another chair, and there was two other chairs that were facing each other, connected to each other, that were really far away from those other ones.
That's
something
weird.
Went down there, some sort of a sacrifice or something. Well, there you go. Those are the comments about OG's hair. Thank you for the comments. Much appreciated. Do you have anything else to say about it? Howard, any comments about this?
Yeah, not a comment about the hair, but I think John's been going to a lot of weddings. He's a wedding crasher.
So, would not surprise me.
Come on, dude. Free booze and tons of food and cake. Glorious cake.
Are you trying to pick up the bride too? Because I'd be a little bit worried about that. I don't go to weddings.
My sister got married. I didn't even go.
I think you have a problem, John. You need some counseling, sir.
He's obsessed.
Yeah,
that's why he cuts his hair so he could sneak into various weddings.
Okay, you know what happened? I went to a wedding, and when I still had longer hair,
does the haircut have to do with the wedding?
I went and got some cake. And then I wanted more cake, so I cut my hair and turned it into a fake mustache and acquired more cake.
I thought you were going to say you forgot to bring a gift, and then at the last second, you gave what you had on you, hair.
Which was my hair, naturally.
Yeah. There you go.
And yes?
Speaking of mustache.
Uh-huh.
I think we should all get together and grow a handlebar mustache.
One?
No, not one. I think we should all do it.
One that connects. Like a Megazord.
That's one of my obsessions.
Mustaches?
Yep. But it has to be a handlebar mustache. I always wanted it. I can't grow it. It's impossible.
Huh. Okay, so here's some stuff. Some random thoughts here. Some things I jotted down during the week. We've seen a lot of crossovers over the years. There's a big deal. Things cross over. For instance...
now.
Marvel versus DC. It's happened in comics in the past. Big deal. Street Fighter and Tekken crossover. What other crossovers should you think of? Anything else? Is that it? I don't know. Whatever.
I got one.
Yeah, what do you got?
Gem X G.I. Joe.
Did that happen?
Oh, dude. Wow.
All right, so here's one I was thinking of that I think would be the biggest crossover of all time. Think about this, all right? McDonald's cross Burger King.
What?
They work together to create some of their disgusting food.
John, I'm a little disgusted by this.
But think about it, though. Imagine the McWhopper, a combo.
You're a horrifying human being.
McWhopper. What else? You think this would be a huge deal?
What would you do with the fries, man?
Imagine the commercial with Ronald McDonald making out with the king, or at least them embracing in some sort of a.
Ronald McDonald already freaks me out.
And the king together.
I feel bad about that. No, let's stop for a second. I feel bad when people are freaked out by clowns and Ronald McDonald. It makes me feel sad that he's supposed to be so happy and kind and loving to everyone. I mean, just to get you to buy food, but when people are scared of him, it makes me sad.
You're right. You should be disgusted with him because he's nothing but a marketing ploy.
I saw something on Facebook the other day that weirded me out about Ronald McDonald.
What?
I forgot. I think it was some action star or something. It said, "I killed many people," and then Ronald McDonald It's a picture of him and says, "I killed more people than you have." A little weirded out by it. That freaked me out.
Here's the thing with McDonald's, Burger King, a lot of these companies are doing, that's what I'm saying. I'm suggesting these crossovers, a lot of them are doing pretty badly now, as people kind of finally realize, like, this isn't good for me. I shouldn't eat this. So they're doing pretty poorly, even to the point where McDonald's now, they're putting all this health information all over everything to try to make it seem like it is healthy. That still didn't work, so now they're not going to actually report their earnings anymore. People are like, oh wow, look how badly they're doing. I feel like they should go the opposite direction with this. And just be like, yeah, it's bad. It's bad for you. It's disgusting. It's filthy food, but it's good. And that should be their whole marketing campaign.
This is it, John. This is it.
Yeah.
We know it's filthy, but you don't have time to eat anywhere else. McDonald's.
Like, think about it. Like, the biggest thing out there, one of the biggest industries is porn. You could deny it all you want, but it's true. They don't ever try to sugarcoat what they're doing, right?
Well, if they did, that would lead to some bad stuff.
If it was sugarcoated, that'd be part of the storyline in which sugar is at play, okay? Coating other things.
You don't do that.
They don't try to, pussyfoot around. Did I say that?
Wow.
That's a term, isn't it? So why is the fast food industry...
right out of my mouth.
The fast food industry, they should just kind of embrace this.
They should kind of stop.
No one's going to believe you that you're healthy. No one believes that McDonald's is going to be healthy or anything like that. Come on now.
Never.
No. So just go the opposite direction. Yeah, it's gross. But look how good it is. And you just have commercials, people just covering their face with it, the grease all over their hands.
Oh,
yeah, but wasn't
special sauce?
Wasn't there a franchise that did that with those models that they would eat the burgers and it was all disgusting the way they eat the burgers? No, seriously.
What is this?
There was a franchise. I don't know if it was.
I think I know what you're talking about. Keep going.
Shit. It's one of those franchises down south where they would hire.
Oh, I know exactly what
models.
you're talking about. The Heart Attack Grill.
No,
and they had the chicks dressed as the nurses.
No, it's not that one. It starts with a C. It's pretty famous down south.
Oh, Carl's Jr.
Carl's, yeah.
Those commercials with the chicks in them, yeah.
Yeah, and then they would give them like the biggest burger, and they would just eat it so sloppy.
Oh yeah, those commercials, you can find them on YouTube and stuff.
Oh,
but there was a place called the Heart Attack Grill. I think it was in Texas.
Yeah,
they had the waitresses were like chicks. They dressed them up as nurses, and they would because you would get like a heart attack from the food because the food was so intensely bad for you. Yeah. And I think a guy actually did have a heart attack and die in the place, just to bum you all out.
Does he get an extra? I
saw this on some kind of show. After he's dead,
man.
Yikes!
Do they pay for his funeral?
I doubt it. I doubt they did anything whatsoever.
No, to be fair, if the place is called the Heart Attack Grill, I mean, what do you expect to happen?
Yeah, that's true.
They didn't call it the Healthy Cardiovascular Meal Place. No. This is, you're going to die. It's unfortunate. It's terrible. I mean, I don't want to make light of another man's death.
Well,
Please
just
don't.
add a little insult to injury about McDonald's. I had a friend of mine that lived in Florida who's telling me that they used to. He lived next to one of those cattle auctions. And McDonald's.
They would buy them all.
No, McDonald's would only buy the most diseased and sick cattle to get it for the cheapest price.
Allegedly. Don't sue us, McDonald's.
Yeah.
This is alleged. Okay.
Okay, alleged then. I know for damn sure it is.
Well, you know what? They should, like I'm saying, just be honest and say it. We have diseased animal meat. But again, it tastes pretty decent.
That shit tastes decent?
Not to me, it does, but some people like it. I used to enjoy the McDonald's, man. It was part of my childhood, really. I don't think kids go there anymore, but when I was a kid, it'd be like every Saturday or something, it'd be like a special thing.
Yeah, if you did, you did well, you get to go to McDonald's.
Mom
doesn't have to cook.
And it was a different time. It was a different time.
We grew up during a different time, sir.
It was a different time. It really wasn't, though. I mean, you could pretty much tell it wasn't good, but... Oh, well. It wasn't all over the internet, so...
Because the internet was like DARPA.
You could just kind of ignore it, you know.
Would this be considered the Renaissance age?
I hope not. I hope that's
The
coming
age of-
later.
The age of enlightenment? The age of
This
enlightenment?
is the age of Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Here's something else. Another random thing happened to me. You ever choke on anything? Ever choke? Just be choking. You choked on that? What did you choke on?
Not like all the way, but I've like
Not all the way.
got some like.
Whoa.
Wow. I'm done. Forget
No,
it.
keep going. Don't be
No,
gross.
just like eating food or something, and then you start like either usually like a liquid down the wrong tube, or you mean like something's wedged in your throat and you are like dying.
Well, I have a story. I choked on some water.
Yeah, man.
Did you ever choke like? No, I'm curious. Did you ever choke on like food or something where you couldn't breathe?
Like where I could almost not breathe.
What happened?
I was just eating food and I like kind of coughed or hacked, and it was just like, and I'm just like sitting there for like 5 minutes going, barely like. It was scary, but I wasn't like so bad off I was gonna die.
Were you alone when this happened?
Either alone or like eating lunch at work.
Were you scared?
A little bit. I mean, dude, if you're choking on something, but
That's frightening. You could
A little
die
bit.
just eating. You have to eat. It's not like you can't. Wow, it's frightening. Howard, did you ever choke on something?
No, just like everyone else, I've choked on my saliva. But just thinking of people choking, I always think of those movies in tracheotomy. Is it tracheotomy?
Yeah, tracheotomies. Yeah,
Tracheotomies, yeah, where somebody just stabs some. I'm going to stab you in the neck.
Thanks.
To keep you alive.
You ever choked on some mozzarella?
Oh yeah.
So I had an incident, man.
Dude, you're pulling it. What happened to you?
Just drinking water, like out of a bottle. And I don't know what happened. It got like somehow. What happens? It goes down they say it goes down the wrong tube. What does that mean? Is that true?
I guess the epiglottis f's up, and you get water where water ought not be.
So my throat just was closed up, and I couldn't breathe. I was like, I couldn't breathe. But then eventually, like I just kept pushing, and I didn't vomit, but the water shot out. Like it shot like a rocket.
Dang, dude.
And I was in a room. I sprayed the whole room with this water.
Did you make it rain?
Basically, yeah. And I must have been like chugging or something because I had so much. And I spit all over this carpet. It was just soaked. There were boxes I spit all over.
Yeah, dude, that was a lot worse than me.
And I couldn't believe how the pressure that built up. It was like, it was like stuck in there. It was like, and then like a hose, dude. It was unbelievable.
Kaboom!
It was a water explosion coming out.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you didn't die, because that would have been a bummer.
Well, I don't think you could die from water. But it was frightening. Can you die,
choking on
water?
anything? Yeah? You die choking from... It doesn't matter what you choke on, you choke.
If your throat closes up or something?
Dude, it doesn't matter. Your throat's... If you've got water blocked... If something constricting your airway, it doesn't matter if it's water or a cheesy poof, you're going to die.
All right, fair enough. Did not die. Spit water all over a room. And then... Something else that happened to me this week. I was at a house, and there's a cat at the house.
Oh, no.
And I had like a piece of paper with me, and I was kind of like, not purposefully, but just kind of shaking the paper.
Mm-hmm.
So this cat like starts running and dives at the paper. The paper's like at like waist level because I'm like kind of like shaking it. So the cat freaking jumps, and I have jeans on.
Oh, no.
And it like claws through my pants. Doesn't break the skin, but like touches the skin. And the cat was freaking stuck in the jeans.
Was it near your junk?
No, it was like a leg. It was like the leg.
Okay.
That would have been crazy. Let's not go crazy here. It was like at my leg. So this freaking cat is like punctured through the pants. The claws are in the pants. And then I'm like standing there, so expecting it to just get down, but it can't because it's like stuck in there. So I have to like lay on the ground as a friend of mine tries to pull this cat off through the holes that is made with his claws. And the cat wasn't happy about this. He was scared as much as I was.
You think?
But it was like we had gone through something together.
You and your friend, or you and the cat?
All three of us, I think. It was a frightening situation, John.
No, I don't doubt it.
I don't know this cat. I don't know the cat. I don't know what this cat's been doing.
You know whether the cat's claws are covered in poison?
And then I kind of looked into this, And there is something called cat scratch fever. It's not just a song from the 70s. It's an actual thing that you could get sick from.
And what happens to you if you catch
I think what it is, like if the cat has, or like any kind of animal, I guess makes sense, has like dirty claws or something, or bacteria or something, and then if it breaks the skin and kind of like, you can get this stuff into your bloodstream, whatever it's got, and it can really mess you up. But luckily, it did not break the skin.
Thankfully.
But the genes have holes in them from this cat.
And the thing's just like climbing you.
I'm going to have to carry some sort of a baton, maybe. In case cats come over to me, I can just smack them out of the way.
Ouch, dude.
Yeah, that's how it's got to be. Oh, do you have any tales for us? Random things that happened to you this week.
Well, my friend's parents, for his birthday, let us use his beach house in Rhode Island.
Wow.
Now, for those of you not familiar with the climate around here, Rhode Island in like the first week of June, not terribly warm. So we walk out to the beach. It's like 65 degrees outside. Maybe 68 at most. There's no sun. It's all cloudy. And we're like, nope, we're going to go swimming. And we get there. There's like nobody in the water. We look out. They've all got like wetsuits and stuff out there.
This is the ocean?
The ocean, right? Yep.
Okay.
We go out there. It is freezing. But the funny thing is, after you get over the numb limbs and your chest constricting and finding it hard to breathe, you can stay out there for a while. And then you get out of the water and your friends see you without your shirt on, and they all talk about how you should see a doctor because you have veins all over your chest.
Whoa. Do you need to see a doctor, or what's going on?
Apparently, I don't know. I've got visible veins in my chest.
Maybe you're just pale-skinned.
Well, that is also a thing about me.
How are you concerned about John and his veins?
John, I'm always concerned about you.
Man, you're another one of those people who thinks that I'm like...
John, we're concerned. We wanted you to do well. That's all it is.
I know. Everyone seems to think I'm incredibly weak and like
so
unable to take care of myself.
It's so hot here. It's cooled down.
I'm gonna get hot. You're on fire!
Howard, have you done any barbecuing this year yet?
You bet your ass I have.
What have you been doing? What's been going on the grill?
Steaks. I like steak. Chicken.
Good.
I like chicken. You just said every time.
I like chicken.
Burger. I like burger.
No, I like burgers, but I'm not. When you're grilling at home, I just think of steak.
Yeah, you make some nice steaks, man. I had a steak at your house with the.
Thank you. I appreciate
excellent. That means I want to come back. That means I'm trying to invite myself back. See what I'm doing there?
I'll tell you one thing though. I really don't like cooking especially steak for other people because I don't know. People just have this thing with like when they eat steak, they got to eat it like well done, and I can't stand that. It's like eating a piece of rubber. Yeah,
people got to realize, man. It depends on the cut.
Yeah,
it's not always supposed to be like uniformly one color. It depends on really what type of meat it is. But at the gas station or something, yeah, you want that thing to be cooked all the way.
Yeah, no kidding.
If it's like an expensive, nice, prime thing, man, you don't want to ruin that, right? It's an art form. Barbecue is an art form, really.
Oh, exactly.
I respect it.
I saw a weird article, like the headline of an article, something about the secrets behind meat glue and making fake steaks. I didn't actually view the article because I did.
You did?
Is that accurate?
I don't know if it's accurate or not, but they're claiming that there's some sort of it's like
a conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy, but it's basically like you can get cheaper cuts of meat and basically make your own like ribeye. It's really weird.
What the?
Yeah.
What? Oh,
yeah,
I have to look into this.
Yeah, it's weird.
Strange. But hey, a lot of things in life are strange, but not us.
Wait,
we're all good. That's right.
You're not strange?
That's going to wrap up today's program, my friends. Gotta let you know one more time. Couple days from now, this Sunday, June 14th, Eternal Con 2015. Myself, OJ here, Howard as well, heading down, doing the show live. That's right. Gonna have music. Gonna have some little comedy segments. Hole Punch may make an appearance. We might totally mess up. It could be a total disaster. You get to come and see us fall on our face. Or it could be a great triumph. Nothing in between. It'll be one or the other, that's for sure. That's all I know. That's all that's guaranteed. So if you guys are in the New York area, please come down, say hi. It's going to be a great time. Really looking forward to it. Hopefully get to meet some people. And perform the show, the studio audience for the first time in the history of the show. Almost 4 years of doing this. Long time coming. Going into battle. Preparing.
Rawr.
Taking it seriously. It's going to be great. Any final words on this, John?
We're looking forward to seeing all of you there. It's going to be a wonderful time. It's going to be a wonderful place. We will have some wonderful things for you to see and wonderful things for you to hear and wonderful things for you to smell. But no touching.
You can touch me. It's fine. The cat touched me. If I can be molested by a cat, a lovely Ramborgian can do whatever they want with my body. It's fine. Howard, thank you for doing the show today. Thank you for coming on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about the convention coming up? You excited?
Oh, I'm super excited. I'm just going to get a little weirded out if somebody comes and starts sniffing me or licking me.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys. It's been a while since we all been together and stuff. So, honestly, for me, that's going to be a big deal. Like, we go to drive down, or it's going to be like a road trip kind of deal.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
Only it's not going to be a frightening movie.
No, it'll be a horrific, pornographic movie instead.
Mm.
Hey, we're all set up for that. If we wanted to film it,
got the cameras for sure.
Hey, if we're using cameras, it's legal, right?
I don't think so. So, guys, we hope to see you on Sunday. If you can't make it, if you live on the other side of the world, it's not going to work out for you. Check out next week's show. It's going to be the edited together version of what we're doing at the convention. So you get to watch it like you're there. That's right. Hopefully it comes out nice. No more blue screens. I get that Apple Watch to fix my blue. Does that fix blue screens, Apple Watch?
No, it doesn't, sir.
Confusing technology now. It's very confusing to me.
Getting rid of the Windows computer will. No more B-sides.
Took me like this long to learn even a little bit about it. Now I got traded in. That's going to do it, my friends. We'll see you on Sunday, or we'll see you next week. Howard, say goodbye to the beautiful people.
Goodbye, everyone.
This has been a production of STAYBALLSY.com, the best in free and optional entertainment. Have a pleasant evening, and remember, stay ballsy. Don't take any shit from anyone.